Uh, Johanna, would you please read the statement of compliance and the conference meeting procedures, please?
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the Atlantic City Press, Star Ledger, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, the municipal website, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Please turn off all electronic devices. Welcome to the City of Margate's regular commission meeting for February 4th, 2021. This meeting is being done via teleconferencing in compliance with the Division of Local Government Service Regulations. Before we begin, the procedures for this meeting is as follows. All visitors to the meeting via teleconference will be muted until the public participation session is open. Once public participation session begins, all these visitors will be unmuted. When instructed, please announce your name, address, and wait for the moderator to recognize you before you begin speaking. Each participation session will last 3 minutes in length, and you will be notified when your time has expired. When public participation session completes, all teleconference visitors will be muted again.
Thank you, Johanna. Would everyone, wherever you may be, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the belief for which you stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Johanna, please call the roll.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I am here.
We have before us for approval or minutes of our regular commission meeting of January 21st. What is your pleasure, please?
I'll make a motion we accept those.
I'll second that motion.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open the first public comment session. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes, and you may speak on any subject. Is there any public comment?
Mayor, I have a Mr. Clausen out there that'd like to speak.
Yes.
Please.
Okay.
Name and address, please.
Yeah. Rick Clausen, 9300 Atlantic Avenue. Mayor, commissioners, before we know it, summer of 2021 is going to be upon us. And the summer of 2020 was not really the best for residents living near the beach on Washington Avenue. Each night around 8 o'clock, young kids on bicycles would park by the bulkhead and then go on the beach. This was in addition to scores of kids who walked to the beach from Wawa or other places in Margate. Many had backpacks that could not and would not be searched when the police were called. We had no idea what was in the backpacks. We can only assume, but that can be dangerous. The kids were loud and their language was foul. When my 77-year-old wife asked them to watch the language and be careful, they called her the C word. I will not even say what they said they were going to do to her because it would probably be censored in this meeting. They also urinated on the bulkhead nightly. I mean, we saw it happen on a daily basis. The kids were chased past the dunes by the police, and their traffic going off and onto the beach lasted well past 11 p.m. We could not enjoy a quiet night the entire summer. At the end of the summer, August 28th to be exact, a girl was carried off the beach on a stretcher, and she was carried on the gurney by the EMTs. They had to shore up her head because her head was flopping over. And I could only, I could only assume that she was allegedly doing something that was not legal on the beach. At the height of the COVID pandemic, the kids had no masks and there was no social distancing. There was a lot of screaming, hugging, and obviously the virus was being transmitted at that time. I had no idea what the results were. We were told that this is the price for living at the shore. I know that this is not true. Born and raised here in Margate, we decided to stay in Margate so we could enjoy the summer nights without air conditioning. What is going to be done about this? There has to be a solution to this situation. Supposedly, there was a judge or a lawyer who got a judge to declare our curfew unconstitutional. I never heard of that, because neighboring towns have curfews. I'm sure towns up and down the shoreline in Jersey have curfews to prevent these kids from running all over the place. So, okay, so I thank you for listening, and I'm probably going to be back in touch because I want to find out what's happening with this situation, because we just can't really go another summer with this happening. There was no way we can enjoy a night without these kids screaming and yelling and verbally abusing us at different times.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clausen.
You're welcome.
We'll speak to the powers that be, and we'll look into that situation and get back to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Fred, is there any other public participation?
I have two other callers out there, but I don't have any names. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? I think that means no, Mayor.
There being no further participation, is there a motion to close this session of public comment?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
We will now open public comment on the resolutions that are on the agenda. That would be 2021 26 to 35. Is there any comment? There being no, Fred, you have someone?
Nope. No, I don't, Mayor.
Is a motion to close this public comment session?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
At this point, I'll turn the meeting over to Johanna Casey. Johanna, would you continue, please?
I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 1, 2021, bond ordinance appropriating $4,250,000 and authorizing the issuance of $4,037,500 in bonds and notes of the City of Margate for various capital improvements or purposes authorized to be undertaken by the City of Margate and the County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I have a motion for ordinance number 2, 2021, bond ordinance providing for various water and sewer capital improvements in and by the City of Margate in the County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,300,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,300,000 in bonds or notes of the city for financing the cost thereof.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I have a motion for resolution number 26, 2021, authorizing payments of claims.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I have a motion for the consent agenda, which consists of resolution number 27, 2021 through resolution number 35, 2021.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Mayor.
Thank
your
you,
turn.
Johanna. Thank you, Johanna. Appreciate it. Commissioners, or any updates or any comments you'd like to have?
Mayor, I'd like to give yourself and Commissioner Blumberg an update on our continuation and consideration for the updating the outside dining ordinance for summer outside dining, if I may.
May.
Okay. So I wanted to basically bring you and Maury into the loop that I sat down 2 weeks ago with Ed Berger, president of the Margate Business Association. He had sent out a request to all the restaurant owners and all the retail businesses in the city, basically to see what their wants are when we finally get past COVID. And there was a lot of good suggestions and a lot of good comments. And I sat down with the chief today. We discussed a lot of the outside dining possibilities. And we're still waiting that the NBA is now sending out another poll that I think we all got emails on this past week. And then I plan to sit down with Mr. Berger and the chief because it involves, the public right-of-ways, and to modernize our existing ordinance so that we can become a more user-friendly environment in the summer with outside dining moving forward. So I plan to keep you in the loop and up to date as things progress, and always welcome your comments and criticism so that we can make this right to keep Margate very vibrant in the summer in the future when we get past this pandemic. The other thing is, with great discussion with Deputy Chief Armstrong and Chief Adams, they came up with a great program. We talked about it earlier this week. You got an email in reference to it. And I'd ask Dan if he could chime in and bring us an update on what we're calling Senior Assistance Program for COVID. So, Fred, if you can allow Dan on the line, that he can bring everybody up to date on where we're at in the fire department, helping our seniors that don't have computers, et cetera, please.
Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, can you hear me, Mayor, Commissioners? Thanks for having me. I just want to say this at this point. It's been very successful, the program. We fielded probably anywhere over 40 calls so far regarding it. Sad part is a lot of them weren't from Margate City, but we were able to assist them and direct them in the right direction. So far, we've helped over 10 people, getting them in the right direction, and we physically signed up 4 of those people to get them actually signed up. And I got to say, hats off to my Deputy Chief Armstrong. He's been, kind of leading the way with this with our personnel and using his own email address to get these people signed up and taking the extra effort to make sure they're aware when things are going to happen. But it's been very successful. We had a little trouble in the beginning with people not being so sure on what it was. And even just yesterday, I had someone show up here thinking that they were going to walk in the garage and get a shot. but we're doing our best to field those calls and field that information and get it out to them. And everybody who has utilized us has been very happy with what we've been able to do for them and provide this assistance. So it is successful.
Thank you, Dan. Good work.
Thank you. John, do you have anything else?
Nope, Mayor, that's it.
Ari?
Nope, all good here.
Good. Dan, personally, I'd like to, thank you and Chief Armstrong for another service given to our citizens. We're really proud to be here in Margate. Seeing no other business, I'm assuming, can we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Thank you all for participating and have a good night. Stay safe.